Hello and welcome to Alan Wake American Nightmare. After the terrible look at the Borderlands pre-sequel new DLC, I was like, fuck that shit. I'm gonna go and have a look at Alan Wake American Nightmare, which is an amazing game. I love it. I know some people aren't as impressed with it as Alan Wake, and I'm not either. I still think Alan Wake's better, but I still love this one. So, we've got it on max settings. Full specs be in description. This is on a i5-4670K with a GTX 760. Full settings. And I haven't actually started the game yet. I've only had a look at the arcade action. But it gives me a chance to show you the live action cutscenes, which are amazing. So let's have a look.
Blurred and nowhere as vividly as in Night Springs. The man before you is a champion of light. He is part of a conflict between darkness and light that is both ancient and eternal. He is chasing a dangerous quarry, the Herald of Darkness. His evil doppelganger, known only as Mr. Scratch.
I'll catch you eventually!
Maybe. But what are you gonna do then? By then, I'll have had my hands on everything you love.
And yes, that is the same guy who does the voice.
The man has been brutally spat out from the darkness that surrounds the shores of our reality. He has come to fight a decisive battle in Night Springs.
God damn you, why aren't subtitles on? They're never on. They're never on. Ta-da! So this is a more action-heavy focused game than the previous Alan Wake, but in my opinion, it's still great. I still love it. And it's a much shorter game, but it is a much cheaper game. It was released as a arcade title on the 360. It's about 3 hours long. But it has a arcadey mode, which is a lot of fun as well. So I got quite a lot of time out of this game. And the shooting is better. They definitely made the gunplay a lot better. Now, I don't want to spoil the story, because the story is still a really strong point in this game.
Writer. He still practices that art, forging weapons of war out of ideas. But the violent currents that brought him here have scattered the pages he has written.
My name is Alan Wake, and I'm a writer. I didn't become one overnight. Like most writers, I struggled with it. A short story here, an article there. Then I got lucky and spent a year as a staff writer on the Night Springs TV show. It wasn't the great American novel of my fantasies, but it taught me discipline and craft, and the difference between wanting to be a writer and actually writing.
He still reads out the papers, the manuscripts, which is good because you don't have to read them, which I appreciate a lot. Yeah, I don't want to spoil the story because the story is still a strong point in this game, and I think it will split people
The lights of the motel
on the game. The story splits people on the game, I
man
think.
senses that the solution to his predicament begins there.
Now this is a bit more open.
Somewhere within the Earth, space itself has been pierced, and from dark depths runs a steady flow of monsters. The man recognizes the hand of his evil double in this. He knows he must put an end to this madness.
I'm pretty sure I've got to run, right? Yeah. Running. Now I'm pretty sure he can run more in this, because in Alan Wake, the original, he can run for about 2 seconds and then gets exhausted. But in this he can run a bit more. Basically with this, if you collect more of those manuscript pages, you can unlock these, but I don't have enough.
Hello?
Hey, it's you. There. You remember me, right? Emma? Emma Sloan?
I think you might have something that belongs to me.
Really?
A typewritten page?
Oh, yeah, that's weird. I did find a page like that. I don't even know where it came from. It was all this weird stuff about the oil derrick and a
Now the
satellite.
animations are a bit
that's what I'm looking
awkward,
for.
as you can see.
Oh, I don't know how you knew I had it, but I guess it's yours. Listen, what's this all about? There are these really creepy guys hanging around the oil derricks. There's something really weird about them.
They're dangerous. I'm gonna deal with them. Try to stay out of their sight, okay? And stay in the light. They hate the light. Just to be clear, you should know that we haven't actually met before.
Sure we have, Mr. Wake. Remember you stayed at the motel here.
No, the guy you're talking about just looks like me, even if he uses my name. He's behind all this trouble.
Oh, I thought, now that you mention it, I guess your aura looks a lot nicer than his, actually. I'm very sensitive to things like that.
There's a bunch of stuff I need to find.
The things mentioned on that page? Well, there's a lot of old crap lying around this place.
Great, thanks.
I think you should be able to find everything, except the satellite, obviously. Are you gonna tell me what this is?
I don't think that'd go over too well.
Why don't you let me be the judge of that?
Fine. The page is a formula for rewriting reality. Either I use it to close a strange portal to a place that isn't in our world, or shadowy serial killer monster things keep pouring out of there.
Yeah, you were right the first time.
You can think what you want about me, but there's still bad guys around. Be careful.
Well, you might be nuts, but I've seen the way they move, the way they look. I'll buy that.
They're called Taken. They aren't really human. Not anymore.
And they're climbing out of the oil well? What, do they have secret headquarters down there, or...?
No, that's just where the point of connection is. It's a hole that leads to, well, it's a really nasty place. That's why I need to close it.
And the guy who looks like you opened it, because he was hanging around the oil field before.
He gets around, unfortunately. Thanks for helping me.
Oh, I wish I thought you were just a nutcase.
Actually, I kind of expected you to.
Me too. But I feel like this is how it's supposed to go. Isn't that weird?
Not really. I get that a lot in my line of work.
What do you do anyway?
I'm a writer.
Obviously.
What was that you said about my aura?
Oh, I'm very spiritual, you know.
You don't
I can
say.
see auras. but I only use it for healing and helping people. I'm like a wise woman, you know? I give people insight and advice.
Look, just because I say crazy things doesn't mean I believe everything.
Don't be like that. Maybe you should take a few crystals with you if you're going out there. It might be dangerous. They soothe your energies and focus your mind. It's fantastic.
And they help me take out the bad guys?
Oh, well, no, not as such.
Yeah, okay. I think I'm...
Or I have some wonderfully potent herbal detox suppositories.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
As you can tell, this game is made on a much tighter budget than the first Alan Wake, because Microsoft are arseholes. Nail gun.
The Champion of Light recognizes the page he got from the woman. It is a weapon of his own design, custom engineered to destroy the dark portal. If he recreates the conditions of the page, a great power will be unleashed.
Well, here you are, about to enjoy another cool Arizona night with me, Eddie Rodman, the host with the boast. Hey, any of you guys remember Old Gods of Asgard? Man, I actually saw them twice back in the 70s. I was just a kid then, but my dad worked at this club, and he'd sneak me in to see bands all the time. You know how it is. Talk about an education. Anyway, great band, couple of great albums, solid fan base, and then they kind of dropped off the face of the earth. Well, now, almost 4 decades later, they're making a comeback. And let me tell you, these boys have seen a lot of road. There's some serious rock and roll veterans, because they weren't too young even back in the day. Well, now I've got Odin and Tor Anderson, 2 of the original Old Gods, in the studio with me, along with their manager, Barry Wheeler. Nice to have you guys here.
Oh, hey, great to be here, Eddie.
Yeah, hey. Hello! Now, boys, let me just come around and say this, all right? Spring chickens, you ain't. I mean, you guys, you make the Stones look young.
You're only as old as you feel.
Who you calling old? Now, your last album was 1978, In the Valley of My Shadow. And then you stopped playing altogether after that. Why? And what made you do a comeback after all this time?
Well, it was a sad thing. See, the original bass player for Old Gods, Fat Bob Balder, passed away in...
Leukemia! Bob had leukemia, poor bastard. Yeah, after that we didn't feel like playing no more.
Long story short, I ran into these guys up in Washington, and it was obvious to me that they still got it. So I figured, hey, let's make some music, right? And they went for it.
Now, Barry, you were a literary agent before this, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and you were very successful. You represented Alan Wake, I believe, who disappeared under mysterious...
Yeah, that's... Hey, I just want to talk about Old Gods tonight. Is that cool? Can we do that?
Oh, yeah, sure. Listen, why don't we take a little break, and then later on in the program, we'll hear the new Old Gods single. Stay tuned, folks.
Well, at least Barry landed on his feet.
Go look up the Old Gods. They are awesome. They are actually awesome. The Old Gods of Asgard. The minimap, yes. Now this is a much more open. It's more open. It's basically kind of like one big level, and you can explore it. There's a manuscript page. I must have it.
Oh, hell. This isn't gonna be good. Is this on? How can you tell? I'm sorry, I'm not very good with gadgets. That's more like it. I'll be right with you. I just gotta do this one thing. I like it quiet. I bet you're wondering why this is happening. Why am I doing all this? Why am I so hell-bent on ruining your life? You're cramping my style. You've got money, fame, everything you could want. But you don't know what to do with it. I do. I'm getting all the things you never had the balls to go for. Having more fun, too. Do you know the real difference between us? I'm not afraid to be the center of attention. This poor slob's just collateral damage, really. I mean, beat some information out of him earlier. But this part? This is just for kicks. So quiet.
I love live action stuff. I want more live action stuff. Bring back the... No, don't bring back the Sega CD. That's terrible. But, just, have more live action stuff.
I know that when I arrive, the clarity of vision I have now may disappear. I've made my plans. I prepared for this. But I know the transition from the dark place will be hard on me. And not just physically. It may affect my mind, my memory. These pages should help me remember and focus. That's worked for me before. Even if that fails, I think I will be able to trust my instincts. I'm navigating my own story. I'm hoping I'll know where to go and what to do, even if the details elude me.
So now I've got 3 pages. I can go back and open that weapon case. It's a submachine gun.
I guess it's about time I went full auto.
Hell yeah. There it is.
Wait.
Ah! Oh god. Come and get me, you bastards. There we go.
That's one thing down.
You need 10 for that.
To change reality, you nudge it into the right direction. Your version of it is there, waiting. It wants to come true. All you need to do is help it achieve its potential. The devil is in the details. You change the details of the scene to match those on the page. If you get the details right, if you achieve that critical mass, the shift will come, and the rest of your new reality overrides the existing paradigm. The lie, no matter how outrageous, is now the truth.
Dun dun dun. Same principle in this game. Light, good. Dark, bad. The game still looks great though. Even if it's a lower budget game, it still looks great.
One more to go.
Now, they added more enemy types for this game. This is a guy who splits in
Tears
half.
itself in two to avoid the hated light. It becomes weaker, but more numerous. Such is the arithmetic of harm.
I mean, I think Alan Wake, it
just messed
oozes style, oozes cool. Oh yeah.
Something tells me I'm really gonna need the extra.
That's everything.
The man has found the battery, but it is empty. It will need to be recharged.
The reality we take for granted is softer, more adaptable than we think. Under correct conditions, you can reshape it, turn it into almost anything you want. When it happens, almost nobody notices. It's not that we forget, it's that after the change, there's nothing to remember. Only those who have been directly touched by the powers that can shift reality are aware of the changes. Many are driven mad by it, others can cope. I'm one of those people. And I know how to wield that power to rewrite reality.
You know, this is a great game for people who want to play Alan Wake but don't have the time. Because this is, like I said, a much shorter, compact experience. Is she being attacked? I can't remember. I haven't played this in 2 years either. Flare gun, thank you.
I need this battery charged.
No problem. Here you go.
Yeah, thank you.
Listen, I don't know what's gonna happen exactly when I do this. My memory's a little hazy.
I don't even know what that means.
All I'm saying is you don't want to come anywhere near the oil field, all right? This thing could get out of hand.
In the middle of highly flammable materials. Great.
I'll do my best to contain it.
Just please don't turn out to be some kind of crazy terrorist guy, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna go now. Wish me luck.
Wait a sec, I want to ask you about something first. What did you mean with that my memory's a little hazy thing?
I had a pretty rough time coming here. It was like being caught in a tsunami. I blacked out for a while. It's hard to explain. There's a barrier of sorts that I had to break through. I was lucky to make it here with my wits as intact as they are.
So you might have brain damage, you're about to do great things with a magic piece of paper, and you came here from another dimension?
No, I'm from New York. I was just visiting another dimension.
Oh, yeah, okay. My bad.
So I'm going to end it here, because this is where it starts to get crazy and awesome. And if you do play it, I recommend don't look anything up, because it gets really cool later on. But what happens later on may divide you on the game. You may be like, this is bullshit, that's stupid, or you may be like, okay, that's pretty awesome. And I understand why people think it's bullshit, but I personally think it's awesome. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. Like I said again, you can get it pretty cheap when it's on a sale. It's only £7 normally. It's definitely worth the money. It's got a lot of content. I think I even played this game more than the original, simply because of the arcade mode, like the survival wave-based stuff, which is actually incredibly fun. That's how you do it right, Borderlands. But if it's on sale, definitely pick it up. And you normally can get it on sale for really, really cheap. I think you can get it for like £3 to get this and Alan Wake. So definitely pick it up. It's a great game. It's awesome. It's awesome.